We're already 6 months into the year. Now, if you have felt like the start of this year has been a little bit wobbly, maybe you had all these big goals and these intentions that you're wanting to tick off, but you feel like 2025 has just not been your year, we are going to be giving you some advice to turn around the rest of 2025 to make sure that the next 6 months you're locked in and you're working towards your goals.
We are here to help you reclaim 2025. We're not just focusing on Pinterest boards. We're not just focusing on, intentions or fluffy things. We want to talk about action. We want to talk about things that you were actually going to implement, change, do, so you stop feeling stuck and so you stop ruminating in maybe what you haven't achieved and you start actively working towards what you will.
It's very, very easy for you to spend a period of time talking about all of the things that you want to do or talking about all of the things that haven't worked out in your favor. But the gap between, talking about what you want to do and actually achieving what you want to do is, drum roll, implementation and action. So I guess my first point is reset your goals. Yeah. I think it's really, really easy to get caught up in things haven't worked out. Nothing's going to plan. I feel like I'm already behind. 2025 is getting away from me, but let's actually just go back to revisiting or resetting your goals. Now, if you have spent 6 months of the year feeling like shit and not getting anything done, cool. It's done. So be it. It's in the past. Move on from it. What do you want to actually achieve for the next 6 months? So what that would look like for me is sitting down. Okay, what do I want to do for the next 6 months? Setting that big goal and then actually reverse engineering it. It's very easy to set goals and then feel overwhelmed by them, especially if you're setting really big goals, which if you're a listener of ours, you should be setting really big goals because we've spoken about this before in previous episodes. But if you are setting a really big goal, it can feel really overwhelmed or like, oh, there's no way that I'm going to achieve that in only 6 months. So actually sitting down, reverse engineering it, I like to break it down by months and then I like to break it down by weeks of what I need to do in every single week and then also what I need to do every single day. So let's just say you're wanting to start going to the gym. It's like, cool. So for the next, 6 months, I'm going to make a commitment that I will do 4 training sessions every single week. And I want to start prioritizing my health again. So that's going to look like getting 8 hours of sleep every single night. And maybe I'll set myself little to-do lists to make sure I can tick them off every single day. So I've got my steps in, gone to the gym and slept 8 hours every single night.
Yep. I want you to, if you are currently wanting to get into the gym or maybe improve your diet and you've spent a substantial amount of time researching and talking about it, I want you this coming week to do something about it because we can unknowingly spend all of this time actually procrastinating when we could be building momentum on our fitness journey. And that looks like researching a new diet. That looks like researching a new workout plan. And I'm sure we've all done this, but at the end of the day, like Kate has said, the only thing that is going to move you forward is going to be taking action. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is that you need to not look for a shortcut and embrace the fact that when you have a goal, there is a period of discomfort. When you start in the gym, you are going to have this period where you're sore, you maybe feel a bit out of place, you don't know what you're doing, just like the first day at a new job. You feel like a newbie and you need to weather that period to then feel like you know what you're doing. And this level of procrastination is probably just coming from wanting to protect yourself from feeling that way. But my advice for you would be to embrace that discomfort, embrace the challenge, knowing that that is going to move you forward and the only way out is through.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
Is there something I can drop here?
Yeah, can we drop these mics? No, we'll get kicked off set if we do that. My next point is stop with the excuses. Hot girls are not full of excuses and I'm sick of it. If you have had a shit start to the year, right? Things haven't gone to plan. Maybe you said all these things that you wanted to do, but you didn't end up actioning or achieving it because you were full of excuses. It's summer. It's winter. It's too cold. I'm too tired. Work's really busy. My kids are driving me crazy. My partner eats takeaway, which makes it hard for me to stay. Shut up. Politely, shut the fuck up and just get on with doing what you need to do. Every single time that you fall victim to your excuses, you give yourself another reason to not trust yourself, which makes it harder in the long term to achieve your goal. If you follow through on what you say you're going to do, if you take action, if you start implementing the things that you want to achieve, you are going to get where you want to be quicker. You're going to strengthen your self-trust. You're going to build more self-confidence and you're not going to keep yo-yoing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And this goes for everything, right? Like health, fitness, your mindset, your business, finding new relationships, finding new friendships. Like you need to be able to stop with the excuses. And honestly, one day you are going to, when this happens, you need to come back to this podcast and you need to let us know because it will happen. One day you will wake up and go, I am sick of my own shit. I am sick of making excuses. I'm sick of sleeping in when I set my alarm. I'm sick of not achieving the life or the goals that I want to achieve because I keep cock blocking myself. And you will come a day, because I've had that, you've had that, Gem, where we just woke up one day and we're like, we're actually fucking sick of it. We're sick of our own excuses. We're done with that. And you need to start paying closer attention to where you are your own worst enemy and where you are making excuses that is stopping you from growing a business, growing the booty, growing your self-confidence, whatever the thing is. But the excuses need to stop. You need to commit right now, listening to this podcast for the next 6 months. You are not going to fall victim to your excuses anymore. And what I actually did in this process, sorry, this is just a quick thing because I think this will really help our listeners, is every single time I came up with the excuse, I gave myself some sort of punishment. Now, when I say punishment, I don't mean like an actual punishment. I just mean like, okay, if I came up with an excuse to, not get up on my first alarm and snooze and sleep in, it was like, okay, cool. Then the next morning I'm putting my phone on the other side of the room. So I have to physically get up when it's freezing cold to go and turn that alarm off. So paying attention and giving yourself something that actually holds you accountable to not falling victim to your excuses is what I want you to do from this day forward.
Yep. And I want to speak to the girlies who maybe have tried to change their lifestyle before for good. Maybe you've tried to get into the gym before, but you're either a people pleaser and you're always putting other people ahead of your needs, or you are maybe surrounded by people who are negative, or you're consuming a lot of content which is making you feel like you can't do certain things. And I want you to create a level of awareness of that right now. Is there anybody in your current life who, whenever you come and start striving for something good, or you want to make a positive change, or you want to get into the gym, someone's telling you to just live a little, or to, come out and drink every weekend or whatever? I need you to think about what goals are important to you. Do you have a really big fat loss goal? Do you have a really ambitious business goal? Are the people in your life currently supporting you? If they are, amazing. If they are not, create a boundary there and be so aware of the fact that the people that you surround yourself with and the content that you consume is quite literally setting the tone for what is possible for you. So if I was to say, how could you improve the rest of your year? It would be about being aware of any people-pleasing habits you have. Remember that you need to look after yourself first for you to be able to show up well as a partner, as a friend, as a sister to everybody else. And then secondly, be really conscious of anybody who is dimming your light or, getting in the way of you achieving your goals, and create a boundary there or have a hard conversation so you can thrive, so you can achieve the things that you're wanting to. And I think that's hugely important.
My last point, maybe it'll be my last, maybe it won't, because if you're an avid listener, you know that I like to ramble. And when I think I'm done, I'm never really done. But my last point is going to be around...
What is it, bestie?
Oh, I can't remember. Hold on. It's coming back to me. Got it. My last point is going to be around trying hard. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but like, when did it become normal to like not want to try hard in the one life that you get to live on this earth, right? I find it very interesting that, and this is off the back of you saying like, pay attention to how people react to your goals and where they try to keep you small, because everyone thinks that being a try hard or trying to grow a business, trying to start a business, trying to get in the best shape of your life, trying to start a new hobby, building a new skill is lame. It's a bit cringe that she's posting that on social media, a bit cringe that, she's doing boxing and she looks like a giraffe and she's uncoordinated and she can't get the footwork done even though it's been 4 months since of boxing. But it's like, actually try hard in your life. Like, imagine where you would be in 6 months' time if you tried harder, if you worked harder, if you stopped with the excuses and you actually decided to commit to yourself, regardless of whether you're going to look cringe, look stupid, look silly, look like a loser. Try hard. Like, you only have one life on this earth. So when did it become lame to be a try hard?
My point off the back of that is get comfortable and work through your fear of being seen, being seen trying. Because if you wanted to grow a business in the online space, you need to put yourself out there. You need to get comfortable, creating content content, speaking to your audience, building your community. And if you worry about, Karen from your old job viewing your content and judging you for whatever, I need you to always think, whose opinion am I going to let rock me? Because when it comes to me, the only people's opinion I care about is my partner and 4 of my friends, right? And the funny thing that I have noticed, and I'm sure you could say the same thing, is the same people who will maybe be silently judging or making comments will be the same people who ask you in 5 years' time, oh, how'd you do that? How'd you get that opportunity? How did you, achieve X, Y, and Z? And it's like, it's only cringe until you succeed. And then all of a sudden it's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
It's cool then. And basically, big goals require you needing to put yourself out there, being comfortable being seen, and all it comes down to is just weathering that feeling, because it will become easier the more that you do it. And also just being aware of whose opinion do you actually value, because if you just start letting every external noise impact your goals and your decisions, you're not going to get very far. So this is like the bare bones work you really need to do. It's being so grounded in what you want to achieve, the life that you have, the goals that you've set, like Kate said at the start of the episode, and then really just staying its course and continuing to show up, because that's what is required. Don't let random people on the internet rock you. Don't let random people who are not paying your bills and are not getting you to the place you want to go to tell you how you should be doing things.
Yeah, I love the saying, it's like, it's cringe until it's cool. And then they will be the first people sliding into your DMs being like, oh my God, how did you do it? Or are you hiring? It's like, yeah, it's very interesting. Sorry, I want to say one more thing. And I fucking forgot my point again.
Do ya?
Did I say this was going to be my last point? I said it was my last point and now I'm coming back with another one. Okay, this might be my last point, but I don't know, because I said that before and it wasn't my last point, is being okay with not being for everyone. So, I mean, this kind of follows through with everything that we said throughout this episode today, but like, there are going to be people that don't like you. There are going to be people that love you and then suddenly turn on you and hate you, and it's okay, right? You are not going to be for everybody, but if you are committed to glowing up over the next 6 months, you need to be okay with that. So for example, if you decide to start posting content on the internet, you're not going to be for everyone. There's going to be people who love you. There's going to be people who hate you. If you decide to start going to a gym and, I don't know, getting in the best shape of your life, there's going to be people who love that for you. And then there's going to be people who also hate that for you. And that's okay. But being okay with, I'm not for everybody, but it doesn't matter, because for 6 months, I'm ready to lock in on my goals, lock in on who I want to become, and start showing up as the best version of myself.
Yep. And I want to finish with just some real world examples that I have of this exact thing. When I worked a corporate job, I had a good income and a solid future in that job. But I decided that I wanted to do my Cert 3 and 4. Of course, people had things to say, well-intentioned things to say, but people said to me, the noise said to me, PTs are a dime a dozen, like the industry's saturated. This is 7 years ago I was getting told that, right? That's one thing. Then I started posting on social media and I heard through the grapevine that people were saying that I try too hard. Those two opinions, right? If I listened to them, I would not be on this podcast and have this podcast with Kate. I would not be going to Bali in 57 days to run seminars for the 5th time with Women's Fitness Academy. I would not work full time doing what I love. So I really want to use this as a real world example of, we get those feelings and we have that judgment in our lives, but we don't let that rock us. And that is hugely important. So if you get those kinds of judgment feeling comments, please don't listen to it, okay? If you know what you want to do, then be determined and make it happen. And the biggest takeaway from this episode is I want you to take at least one actionable thing away, whether it be your mindset, whether it be working on your fear of being seen, any of the points that we've discussed in today's episode. And I want you to promise me and Kate that you're going to have some sort of shift, some sort of change. You're going to set some sort of goals for the next 6 months and let us know in the comments what they are, and we'll try to keep you accountable.
And you need to be locking in.
Lock in, besties.
What's that thing that we were talking about the other day? Winter's up, right? It's cold. Well, if you're in our neck of the woods, down in the Aussie land, it's cold down here, especially in Melbourne. It's cold, full of excuses, but now is the best time to test the waters. Lock in. You've got 6 months left of the year. It's like, why are we going to let another 6 months go to waste or move further and further away from where we want to be in 6 months' time, when we could actually be actively pursuing our goals, going after what we want and making a really big change. And with that, you guys know what to do. We love you so much. Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to share this with your friend, post on your socials, like, subscribe, comment, rate us 5 stars. It means the world. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye.